JPEGs. Sometimes they're a necessary evil. On Sony mirrorless, you can go in and set your sharpness from -3 to +3. So let's take a look at what results that brings. This is using the Sony Zeiss 55mm 1.8 lens on an A7R2, and we're shooting at f5.6. This is sharpness set to -3. Let's take a look. Okay, let's go 1:1, and yeah, it's a perfectly sharp, respectable picture. Nothing wrong with it at all. In focus, sharp, no problems there. Let's jump ahead and compare it to a +3, see if there's any noticeable difference with the two. Oh, right you are then. Now the original one looks pretty terrible compared to the right. Although I'd say at +3 that's going a little heavy-handed there. You start to see that it does look a little bit over sharpened at that level. Let's try head to head with a +1. I feel might be more where you'd want to put yourself if you purely wanted photos out of the camera with absolutely no post-processing at all. Yeah, that looks nicer, that looks pleasing to the eye at +1. Now, you're probably viewing these on your phone. I'll leave a link in the description where you can download the full versions to decide for yourself, but I'd certainly be happy with that. One on the left is -3, one on the right is +1. Let's compare the +1 with an uncompressed RAW. See how that fares. Okay, here we go. On the left we have the +1, and on the right we have the uncompressed RAW. Let's really dive in. Can see some sort of artifacts around the text in the JPEG. You aren't getting that on the RAW. The RAW is a lot softer, but of course that's to be expected. I'd say the RAW is the equivalent of a -3 on JPEG, but we all know that you're going to sharpen it in post, so that isn't a problem. Let's see if a 0 JPEG versus a +1 has any difference with that kind of strange artifacting there. Not particularly. So the one on the left is 0 sharpness, and the one on the right is +1. And they're about the same. There's not really anything to massively write home about there. You can see this little bit of fluff on the sides here. Yeah, not really a lot in it there. Let's have a go, purely out of interest. I'm sure there won't be any difference at all, but let's satisfy our curiosity. Between uncompressed RAW and compressed RAW, on the left here we have compressed RAW, and on the right is the uncompressed RAW, and I really can't see any difference, but that's to be expected. Let's have a look in the noise and the colors. Zoom out a little. No, but we know that basically this isn't what we're looking for when it comes to compressed RAW and uncompressed RAW. So what do I think? I would probably go with between 0 and +1. I think that is the sweet spot there. Starts to look a bit soft at -3, and +3 just looks way over sharpened. Let's just get those two in. Zoom in down here, for example. And yeah, there's not a lot in it between 0 and +1, so you may as well, I guess, stick with a 0. Yeah, there isn't, I can't really see anything to write home about, but let me know. Download the full resolution versions and let me know where you set your sharpness level when creating those JPEGs. As usual, guys, it's been emotional.